Hi everybody, all my followers, be welcome to another video. The video today is on a 2011 Vauxhall Vivaro, depends how you pronounce it. The engine on this is the 2 liter, so it's the CDTi, the 2 liter diesel. And this came to me, let me take you just very quickly through the story. The car apparently had a hard start, it was very hard to start. It would start, but it would take quite a long time to start. They replaced, apparently they took the timing chain cover or timing belt, whatever. They found some guides in there broken or something like that, and a pulley. I'm not 100% sure. I know they found something wrong with the timing, of the engine. So they got a timing kit. Replaced all that, started the engine, same problem. However, I was told that it improved quite a lot, but still a little bit to start. And apparently there is definitely engine light on, because I already checked when I moved the car. The car was parked on the outside of the van when I moved it to here. I've been trimming the bush. So yeah, and when I moved it to here, I definitely seen that, and it took a little bit to start. Not too bad. Don't know if it would get worse if the engine was completely cold or whatever, but definitely took a little bit. But let me start the engine and try to show you exactly what it does. So it's gonna mission on, it's off. So let's crank this. So I'm cranking, off. First time I started, it took way less. There we go, and it started. You see? So apparently there is some codes for camshaft, I think it is. I'm not gonna go inspect nothing there. They told me there's some stuff out from air filter, probably air mass flow is also removed. Anyway, we'll get there in a minute, but first let's gonna scan the car or the van and let's see what we have, and let's see why it takes so long to start. Coming up with a check emissions, I didn't notice that earlier. Anyway, it's gonna scan it. I have loads of uploads to do. Vauxhall is Vauxhall. So it's a 2011, this is a Vivaro, phase 3, diagnostics. Let's gonna go straight to the engine control module, see what we have. And we do have okay, so code's not present. Okay, camshaft air mass. Okay, I get the air mass probably is disconnected, but okay, let's not gonna jump into conclusions. Let's gonna open that bonnet, check it, and see how we can do this. Okay, so everything is a little bit into bits, but the airflow meter is indeed connected, so obviously this other garage has been trying to figure out what the problem is. So there's a little bit of things out of place, but we'll try to obviously figure out the problem first, and then we'll put everything the way it should be. So camshaft position sensor faults is the only code in there that I think it can possibly cause me the delay on the start. Okay, it's glow plugs, fine. Do you have anything else? Okay. Right. I think it's time to clear those codes, start the van again, and see what we get back. Okay, clear the codes, leave me with this message now, and this code comes up like that every single time. So I clear the codes, I can show you. It returns they have been successfully cleared. Now I'm going to read the codes again. That code comes a not present, but it comes up straight away. So it's a little bit, I can't clear the code, so I'm not really sure what's going on here. But it's the only code that comes up. Would this code give the car a hard start? I much doubt, but you never know. But let's gonna start the engine again and see if we have any additional codes. But while we do that, we're gonna take the opportunity to look at some live data. I'm interested, for example, let's gonna read our airflow, just curiosity. There we go, common rail pressure, desired and common rail pressure. So let's gonna look at these three, and now let's gonna merge these two. Okay, let's gonna crank the engine and see what we have. Right. It started much quicker this time, if you've seen that. I think the scanner is probably not fast enough. What am I? Okay, ignition on. Just gonna crank these again. Okay. Not even sure what look again. So, okay, it looks like I would like to see one of those long cranks to see if it's actually the control valve in there, because obviously these might not be quick enough, but it looks like as soon as it starts we have pressure. I would like to see when you have a long crank like we had earlier, if my pressure is actually reaching the 25 megapascals or not, because if it's not, then obviously we are not getting fuel pressure. Yeah, I think the scanner is not going to be fast enough unless I have one of those long cranks. We had nothing for fuel pressure, but not always you get faults for fuel pressures when we have bad injectors or... See, it's a little bit... I might gonna need something else for this. Anyway, let's gonna go back now. See if we had any codes coming back. Camshaft position sensor. So it could be that the car... Okay, so I think we're gonna have to start here, because it could be that we have an issue with the camshaft, and the fuel pressure, the ECU is now going to increase the fuel pressure until it gets a signal from the camshaft. Could be that, maybe. We don't know the ins and outs right now, but let me look at another thing, see if we have here. So we have engine rotation. Do we have camshaft? We have no, we don't have here. Let's see on additional data. Mileage. That's weird, we have no voltage there, but unless this is actual rail, current pressure, no, we don't have nothing like that. Okay, I think I could start to make a few measurements. I think I'm gonna do one thing very quickly. Okay, I think I'm gonna measure that sensor to start with. So at the moment I don't have the engine light, I only have the spanner light, which most likely either is for the airflow. We might have a bad, we might have, I don't want to do this, what am I doing? So it might be that we have a bad airflow meter as well, but yeah, let's go to get some tools and start to make some other measurements. Okay, start to check a few couple of things, start to unplug stuff, and the first thing I do is unplug the sensor, and look at that. The first pin on your left. There is signs. I can't really see inside the sensor, so we're going to pull the sensor out and see what we have. Okay, sensor is out. Look at that pin. Now the rubber grommet on this plug is missing, which is no good, so obviously moisture has been getting here. We're gonna have to clean this to start with, dismantle this plug and go from there. Okay, look at that now that I've opened, took that cap off. Can you see that? Okay, I'm not sure which pin is this, if it's the ground, if it's the signal, whatever. But yeah, it doesn't look very good. So let's gonna take these pins off, get them all cleaned. I've cleaned the sensor already, which looks much better now. So to clean this, I use these needles. I will leave a link in the description below if you're interested. But obviously to clean the pin properly, the plug, I could just put it in the middle and clean. I want to get rid of all the rust first, so all the corrosion. Okay, and you can see even better now how bad it actually is. And obviously the other ones that start to get it as well, and obviously the inside is just terrible. So let's kind of clean everything, and hopefully that will fix my problem, who knows. Okay, so that bit is done. I don't have the rubber seal for this, unfortunately, but I will make sure they know about it, and or I might have to search a little bit better on my looms, see if I have one. But for now it's plugged in, it's cleaned, so let's kind of try it. Just clear the codes for the cam, as we had before. That one comes up straight away. We'll have to find out exactly what's going on in there. But let's going to try to start again. Okay, same thing. It does this little bit of turns before it actually starts. Let's gonna read the codes again. Okay, and that comes back straight away. Okay, so looks like that's not our problem, but at least we know that is cleaned. Now let's I think we're gonna have to scope it. I want to see exactly what's coming out from that sensor. Okay, and I'm back probing the sensor right now, and I'm gonna start the van, and you're gonna see that. So obviously that's while it's cranking, so you have less voltage. This is a 12 volt pulse, so and as soon as the van starts it goes up to 12 volts, but the signal is there from the moment you crank the engine. Let me show you again. Ignition on, crank, but it takes all that long for the van to start. Now, is this the right signal? I'm not sure. Never scoped one of these. We have a signal, definitely, If it's timed okay, I don't know. But the next thing, they guarantee me it's timed. They checked it and double checked it, but the next thing I'm going to do is check what? Is checking at the ECU. Make sure we have the same signal at the ECU plug. Okay, I haven't scoped the signal at the ECU, but I removed the ECU, measured the wires. All the wires are good from there to the ECU, so all good in there. But when I took the ECU out, someone has been either tried to open it or has been actually opened. Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay, and as soon as I took the bolts out, the cover literally just came up. So they put the cover back on, but they never sealed it. So, well, obviously visibly it looks okay. I don't know the other side, but I don't think the problem is the ECU anyway. So I'm not going to focus too much on the ECU for now. There is one thing though I'm going to do while the ECU is open. I'm going to take a copy of the maps on here. I don't think I have the maps for this van, so I might do it. But I think what I'm going to do now is I want to possibly change machines, see if Tech2 or GDS can actually show me the crank sensor rotation, just to make sure the ECU is actually seeing that, and then we'll go from there. Okay, change tools. Tech2 doesn't give me any extra information than the MaxiSys does, and JDS does not support this van yet, so there's no extra information there. But as I already mentioned, I think I measured the wire from the sensor all the way to the ECU, and it's good. The wire is good. I load test the wire as well, just in case, and it's good. So the next thing I've decided to do is to check the actually timing on the van. So I'm scoping the van. The engine on this is the M9R788. And this is the timing I'm getting. This is the waveform I'm getting. And the interesting thing, I'm going to pause this. The interesting thing is, I don't know how it should look like, so I'm going to have to find a good waveform. I found two, and the two I found, they seem to be from the same engine but a different family. So it might be that changed. But the one I found for the 780, so this is the 788. The one I found for the 780 is completely different. It's nothing to do with this. I don't know, the one I've seen, I only have obviously the signal, and then between the revolutions here of the crank, there's only one straight line and then a signal again. I don't see all this. So right now I don't know what's going on. I definitely gonna have to search a little bit more. Maybe I haven't found yet the right waveform to compare. Gonna get some people to help me out with this. Someone that might has a good waveform that can share. But from what I found so far, this doesn't look right to me. I don't know the background. I don't know if something has been changed on this van. I know like heads and stuff, they are exchangeable between some engines, although they don't work properly, obviously. So I don't know the background of the van. Right now I'm starting to believe we still have a timing issue, or we might have wrong parts on this van. I don't know, but it sounds to me like a mechanical issue right now. Okay, following day, and after one, I rang the guys that brought me this van, and I got a little bit more information. So the van was actually purchased like this, with this issue. They found a tooth broken on one of the camshafts on the sprocket. They replaced that with a brand new timing kit chain, with a brand new timing, new sprocket, etc, etc. Same problem. Then they opened the van 2 or 3 times to make sure the timing was right, and mechanically the time is right. Now this is where I think the problem is. I searched, obviously, from the last clip you've seen with the waveform, with my waveform, which I will take you through all that in a minute. I had to look for a good known waveform, and when I started to look for one, I found at least 3 different ones. I found in the end one that matched this. Well, it doesn't really match, but I found one like that, and I found 2 different ones that are claimed to be from the same engine, but I think is where the engine family makes a difference. So these engines, you can have the M9R6 something, you can have the 760, 780. This one is the 788. And I think is here that thing starts to make difference, because obviously I'm sure it's going to be someone out there that's going to be a Vauxhall expert or one of a Vivaro engine expert, and he's going to come along and he's going to tell me how it works, etc., all the details. I do appreciate that if there's someone out there. But for me, I found, like I said, I found 3 different waveforms that are claimed to belong to this engine. So I think, depending on the horsepowers of the van, or depending on the family of the engine block is the same, but the heads are different. And either this engine was replaced and they kept the same ECU, and obviously now the signal that goes from the camshaft to the ECU is not the one that should be, or the ECU has been changed, or even worse, and this is what I've been trying to explain to this garage, if this head has been replaced, because the heads apparently they all fit onto the different blocks, but then you have this issue where the timing signal is going to be different. So all this head has been replaced at some point in the past, creating this problem. I'm not sure. I'm not going to go much more deep into this. It can be a nightmare to figure out exactly what happened with this, or it will take a little bit of research, and honestly someone will have to do this if they want to do it. But I think I nailed the problem and I found the issue with this. So the first waveform, so this is my waveform, so I don't have nothing connected now. I just have the ECU in there because if you remember, the ECU was open. I'm going to seal the ECU. Before I spoke with the guys, they just asked me to seal the ECU and they're going to take the van like this. But if you remember, this was my signal. This was what I've scoped. And what I've found, so if you see here, so let's say I'm not sure where the 0 degrees is, if it's going to be here or here. So obviously that's going to be 1 turn, and that's the second turn of the flywheel. So each one of these is going to be 1 turn. So I don't know if the 0 degrees are going to be here or here, but let's assume it's going to be here, okay? And as you can see, you have this drop here, this little tooth here, right here at the start. Then you have a long tooth and a long gap, and then 2 little tooths, okay, and then a long one again, and then a little one that goes roughly in between here, in the middle of this turn, okay. Now the first, I'm not sure if it was the first, but one of the waveforms I found that is claimed to be from the same engine. By the way, so we have in this van, so this is this van, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tooths. So this camshaft has 5 tooths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it just repeats itself. So 5 tooths on this camshaft. I found this one. It's claimed to be from the same engine. It doesn't say us what the family is, but it's claimed to be from the same engine. And as you can see, we have 1 tooth. That's it. So I was a little bit confused. I thought, hold on a second, so something's not right here. So I've carried on digging into it, and I found another one that has 1, 2, 3 tooths. So 1 tooth, 3 tooths. This again is claimed to be from the same M9R engine. And then as I carry on, this was just puzzling me. So straight away here, I start to think, okay, we have something wrong on my signal or on my camshaft. Is the wrong camshaft? Is the only explanation. I carry on digging, and I found the same as my one. 5 tooths. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tooths. Okay? But look how off the timing is. So if we do it like this, if we do a comparison, look, for example, these two big tooths, these two little ones here that are together. Here is at the beginning of a revolution of the crank. But look where it is here. It's right in the middle, or kind of. So, yeah, it doesn't look right, does it? So, with this in mind, my diagnostics on this is that, as I said, we have many options, but either the ECU has been swapped with the wrong ECU, the engine was swapped with the wrong engine, or the head has been swapped with the wrong head. So, these are the variables, and that's it really. That's it. There's nothing I can do. Okay, and I had to stop because the phone was running out of space. Anyway, as I said, there's not a lot I can do. I'm not going to start to open the engine or anything like that. That's not for me. But yeah, this is my diagnostics. I'm sure you guys are going to agree with me that one of these three things must have happened on this van. As I said, they got the van like this, so they only know what they did. Just also out of curiosity, once the van is running, I haven't drove the van, but I was told that the van drives absolutely perfect, pulls like a train, it runs fine, no misses, no nothing. It's just that engine light that comes on, and that code in there obviously, and that little bit of long start. Takes a little bit long to start, obviously, because the ECU sees the time is wrong and it just ignores the camshaft, and it fires up based on the crankshaft sensor. So that's it really for this video. There's nothing else I can do for it. They will have to decide what to do. I'm going to share this video because I think it's important, the information I'm putting out there. As I said, any expertise on this engine can come forward and give a little bit more information. Correct me if I have said anything that is incorrect, or if I explained something wrong. But yeah, that's what I think the problem is. And let's gonna wrap up this video, guys. So, hope you enjoyed the video. Hope there's some information here you can find useful. If you do have any questions, any comments, please put them below, and like always, thank you for watching.